on what's happening.
Hey, stop the season. The Padres are up again, Tony. Sorry about. Hey, with all seriousness, Gavin Lux. That sucked yesterday to see those injuries.
Yeah.
That looked pretty bad. I feel bad for Lux, who's really at the peak of his career right now. His time trend line was going up.
Yeah,
So sucks
sure
for
was.
Lux.
Looks like Rojas, the kid they've been touting, and that's kind of what we're going to see with the Dodgers. A lot of Oklahoma City players are going to be filling in this roster because they're trying to save their dough for Otani next year. So if we want to know why is the Dodgers really active in free agency, because I think they're really getting themselves a push here for Otani. Otani's already said he wants to delve into free agency next year. Of course, we just saw that Musgrove broke his toe in the weight room
Yeah.
this morning, so there's some injuries pop up. There was another injury that popped up today. Oh, it escapes my name in baseball from my mind right now. In baseball, there was one that was pretty bad. Oh boy, I'll come memory here. There's so much going on watching games right now as we see. But anyway, we go to ESPNU tonight in the SEC. Ole Miss coachless. They're hosted
Yeah.
against Texas A&M. Ole Miss here, the dog here, 5 and total 136.
Well, you took the steam away from my uh, pick, if you will, but it is still that's the story, Tony. That's the story to tell. I think right here in this one, and that's where I'm going to go with it. I mean, Kermit Davis got fired, but Ole Miss came right back with their interim coach and got a win. That's what I like to see, right? Good job, Ole Miss. But that's also what I like to see as a handicapper, Tony. You got Ole Miss fires their coach. They started the season 6-0 with Kermit Davis. Basically, he spent, I don't know, 15, 20 years at Middle Tennessee. Used to be an assistant at A&M. But they started 6-0. They're 5-18 cents. So Davis was fired, and then the Rebs came back and got a win at LSU. Great job, 82-69. Ole Miss, I don't know, they can play a little defense. They're not great offensively, but that was a big win. So that's what I like to see in terms of handicapping. Ole Miss fired their coach, get the win. Now they're playing a top 25 team coming off a loss, Tony. Texas A&M, they had won a six straight until they had a loss against Mississippi State, 69-62. So they've lost just 3 out of their last 17 games now. They're coming off of a loss, facing a team who just fired their coach. They got a win. That's a handicap. That's called a handicap, Tony. We can go over all the numbers, or I can stop here, but I'll give some numbers. Texas A&M. Speaking of defense, they held Tennessee to 63, held Missouri to 60, held Arkansas to 56, and held LSU to 62 points. All victories before that last loss. So I think they're in a pretty good spot here on the road, laying some points. They're 8-3 against the number on the road, 15-7 against the number as a favorite for Ole Miss. With their season was spiraling out of control. They had losing streaks after that hot start. They had losing streaks of 6 games and 5 games before snapping the 4-game skid. Last game, they're 3-11 against the spread as an underdog, 5-10-2 against the spread at home. You have a Texas A&M team that interesting categories for them, Tony. They're leading the country in free throw attempts and free throw attempts made, and also well, they're among the leaders in the country in those categories, but number one in the country in free throws per field goals attempted. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they have a hot pace or anything. It just means that they're just getting their shots off good, and teams are playing defense on them, but hacking them and putting them on the line. You got guys like Wade Taylor, Tyrese Radford, Dexter Dennis. Dexter Dennis. They can all do pretty well at the free throw line, and I would imagine they'll be some of the same story tonight. You got a team averaging 25 points. 25 attempts per game going on the road. So I would think that Ole Miss, Wincase took over as the interim coach. They're obviously having a rough year at Ole Miss, so I think they're going to be up against it here. Texas A&M, they're not done yet in conference play in the SEC, trailing Alabama. They're 13-3. They still could get the number one seed. It will be tough, but they're 2 games back right now with that 13-3 record in the SEC, 21-8 overall. I think the it, to me, Tony, it's not going to be about the numbers in this one. It's about that emotional handicap. They got their win. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you'd think that they could galvanize again, but getting the win on the road and then playing a good team like Texas A&M coming off a loss. I don't want to say simple as that, Tony. You're still going to have to get a cover here by a half a dozen points, but these are spots you look for actually when it comes to being a handicapper, Tony. It's not sometimes always about the numbers. The numbers may indicate to most people that Texas A&M might roll here. I don't know. Maybe people would take a shot on Ole Miss, uh, you know, getting points at home. But I don't think so because of the emotions involved. Texas A&M off a loss, Mississippi State off a road win after firing the coach. That was it, right? That was the big excitement. So I'm going to take A&M today and lay these points on the road, Tony.
All right, Ramon here. Texas A&M laying the 5 here against Ole Miss, an Ole Miss team that's lost a lot of games at home this season, all but one. All but one in conference. So it's been pretty brutal here. Even a loss to North Alabama right before the start of conference play was probably already a signal it's going to be a long year for this team. Horrible 3-point shooting team. Terrible at defending threes. They're 12th in effective field goal shooting in the conference. And of course, as you said, new veteran comes in, you get the best effort, then you go back down to the C, D, even F game.
Yeah, I don't mind some of the. How do I say I don't mind some of the defense? I don't mind the defensive numbers for a team that's won 3 out of their great. That's won 3 out of their last 18 games or so. I mean, they're like a good defense for a really bad team. That doesn't stack up against a team like Texas A&M. I'm just trying to find a way to give them some credit. I don't think Kermit Davis is a bad coach, considering all the work that he did there. And I don't know, he spent 5 years here now, but just, when you're Ole Miss, I mean, you can't be doing this right now. I don't know if there's any solution for this moving forward. They got Jay Brakefield. He's their top guy at Ole Miss. Pretty good. Matt Morrell might be in a pretty good spot today as well. And my notes here also say Burns could be in line for a decent game as well. But not only, with Taylor, Radford, and Dennis, but also you got Coleman. Maybe could have a decent performance for A&M. So I don't know. It does seem like a double-digit game on paper. Maybe there's some support for Ole Miss in this game given their situation. But again, when I see a situation, fire the coach, get a win, come back home. This one just stood out to me. It probably only didn't make the premium because of the heavy card. Quite frankly, I really want to go bigger on the premium side, but trying to make sure we got the best plays out there. A&M should roll here. Again, they're still motivated by that possibility of a regular season championship. They will need some help. Alabama would need to, get stunned a little bit. So I think A&M's going to finish number 2 seed, certainly in the SEC, with Alabama taking that number 1 seed. But there is still hope for A&M heading to the last couple of games of the season here.
Yeah, it took Kermit Davis about 15 years to get Middle Tennessee State on the map. So he just needed another 10 years before he got Ole Miss ready to roll. All right, here we go. Texas A&M laying 5 against Ole Miss. This one will have a start time here of 9 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. Of course, good results here. 3,237 units of profit here for Ramon. It's all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. You go to his handicapper page, go down at Pick History. You'll see all the plays there, fully documented. Tonight, action here, 10 on the board from the NBA. We got lots of on the ice. We have college hoops, lots of tournament rounds, campus site games out there as well. Some in neutral sites as well. Sun Belt, A-Sun in action, Patriot. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Tonight, Tony, it's a 7-pack. In college basketball, where I've been we talked about those numbers. I'm pretty much smashing in college basketball right now. Despite a loss last night, to kind of ended my hot streak there in premium land. But we're going to roll with a 7-pack for just $35 today over at Tony's Picks. Use that promo code Tony T at checkout to save 20% off that package. That's my featured package tonight. Finalizing some selections in the NBA still to come, but I want to focus on that 7-pack of winners. All of the games go off at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific. You'll be totally in action for 2 hours of excitement. With the way I'm rolling this card, it should be a profitable card. Pick it up for $35 and let's win tonight at Tony'sPicks.com in college basketball. There's some little bit of conference tournament, a little bit of extra board, a little bit of main board mixed up in there in those 7 plays. So you'll be flipping around your ESPN Plus or your other channels watching some of these games. I wouldn't say they're marquee matchups. We're just trying to find the winners here, folks, on the card tonight. So I got to like this 7-pack of winners, maybe come up with some late steam later. I don't know if I'm saving games for late steam. My record on late steam games is pretty good, but it's not on purpose. Certainly, sometimes a line breaks my way. I'm always pretty much ahead of line, Tony. My social media play already went up 3 points since I put it in on a total over. That's just the way it happens for me. I'm usually out in front of these lines. Certainly, that helps lead to our good record, and that's why you want to get really my long-term packages so you can be on the games when they're entered into the system, not waiting around to purchase the packages. But nonetheless, that 7-pack feels really good today over at Tony'sPicks.com. NHL, Mindy and I had such a strong agreement in many of our games on the show. I'm not sure I'll be able to even with this 10-game card, come up with a package in a NHL. I might end up with a player or two, but Mindy and I have a big card together at Tony's Picks with 6 plays on our premium consensus plays from the show. So exciting card in the NHL, but some of my best plays are lined up with Mindy, where we're doing a pretty good job there with our morning steam team as well. So that's how I'm looking today over at Tony'sPicks.com. Tony, thanks so much for mentioning those numbers. I'm not. It's not gamesmanship with Mindy, but when she keeps putting up those numbers, I feel compelled to try to keep up. The numbers of our show keep going up. I'm sure we're quite entertaining, but I have a feeling it has to do with more of the winning than anything else, Tony. And look at that. Yeah, the Canucks yesterday, she gave that out on the show, and the Canucks got it done. I believe it was in overtime yesterday. So great pick from Mindy. She put me on that play as well privately. So got to watch the show, Tony, get some of these plays from the morning steam. I mean, just because we don't agree on the game, sometimes I pivot away from Mindy's play because I have that play as a premium. I must, because we're both winning. So sometimes we're in different spots agreeing on games, but there's still a lot of winning going on here at Tony'sPicks.com with Mindy Hahn, the Midwest's premier sports handicapper, and her little sidekick, me.
That's right. Check out Ramon over at Tony's Picks. As you know, he's got that 7-pack tonight from College Hoops. Get on board there. And of course, if you're looking for longer-term passes, you can. The great value there with that monthly pass. You get all of Ramon's premium plays here for 30 days, including all his NBA, NHL plays up there. And of course, college basketball. Lots of coverage. The 30-day pass will take you all the way to the end of the Elite Eight, right to the Final Four. So that tournament will whittle down to 4 teams by the time this 30-day all sports pass concludes. Includes all tournament conference premium plays as well as the remainder of the regular season. So lots of action on this 30-day all sports pass. When you get it right now, use that promo code TonyT at checkout and you'll save $66 off that 1-month all sports pass. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, then you'll land right on Ramon's page and go ahead and get signed up there. As you can see, the 7-pack per day and the longer term pass. Also, I will note the long-term pass also covers late steam plays. And what are those? Well, the Cappers put in their regular membership plays in. Usually those are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. Cappers can post plays late in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those are late steam. and long-term subscribers will be notified via email for those late steams with a pick in the email. So that's what we're talking. When we talk about late steam, those are tracked and documented as late steam. They're flagged. You can even see them in the pick ticker in green as sold individually as late steam. But the late steam plays are included in these long-term passes. Every one of them, whether you get the 3-day pass, 7-day pass, 1 month, 1 year, late steam included on all these passes as well. Not on the 1 day pass, because it's already a 3-day. It's 3 games. It's 3 games. It's 7 games. It's 7 games. That's how that works. But the late steam will be included on the long-term passes. The plays there in yellow. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon. We also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks. Ramon. Morning Steam continues with a good show today, covering all the pro action as well as selective college games. And of course, they can find you as well over on the Discord.
Yeah, check out that social media play. Still playable, I would say. Don't play it big, but this comes to you in the Wisconsin Green Bay Wright State game. Kind of already gave it away, but man, that total's on the move today. Check it out though over there on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe and get on these plays. I post them pretty early. We beat the line there certainly, and it just went up a little while ago. Shot up well over the posted total that I had on it when I released it. So make sure you're logged on to me at Tony's Picks Ramon, where I usually give out an extra play every day over there. Also, check out my embedded videos here on Tony'sPicks.com. We got our leaderboard video in there today. That comes to you in a game out of the Atlantic Sun Conference tournament. And also my sponsored play today comes to you in a game on the main board between Ball State and Akron. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and get involved. I will say that do have a premium on one of Mindy's plays out there as well. So that makes me feel good already that probably could be heading for a winner. So I like to hear that. And make sure you check out our show, The Morning Steam. We had a big show today with this is a sneaky, awesome card. This is a sports fans card for sure, Tony. It's not a weekend. It's not, the huge, game, the championship game or anything. This is a sports fans lovers card with big college basketball, a long NBA card, long NHL card right in the middle of the week. It's the last day of the month, so let's
spring training in the morning and afternoon.
That's right. Of course, we're going to start getting those conference tournament games starting in the morning. Where our head will be spinning, which is great. So check out those extra videos on there on the website as well, and make sure you check out our show Saturdays through Thursdays, 9 a.m. Eastern. 6 a.m. Pacific, the morning steam with Mindy Hahn and I. Keep talking about it. You see that right there, that 30-day leaderboard. Those are our premium picks right there, plus 6,789 units using just $100 plays. I would imagine someone who continues to build their bankroll and gets hot would be increasing their bet size slightly. I think we're all kind of I don't want to say guilty of that. I think it should be something that maybe practiced a little bit, right? If you're building your bankroll, you're on the rise. No, you don't just jump in there and dump it all on one day. You just gradually increase the percentage as you see your percentages going up. And putting those numbers together between Mindy and I is going to score you, get us in the 2-for-1 capper promotion, right? Why not? I mean, you save half price off the second capper. You're already getting all of our free plays over with the morning steam. And if you get Mindy and I see everybody talking about we make a good team. So why not get us in the 2-for-1 capper promotion with the type of volume that Mindy and I are doling out? You're bound to get. If you're a volume player, if not, I understand. That might not be for you. But if you get Mindy and I together on the 2-for-1 capper promotion, you're probably going to be looking at upwards of 20 plays per day. Now that feels like a lot, but again, high volume leads to higher profits. And the way Mindy and I can roll some of these days, I mean, sometimes the handicapper leaderboard looks like Mindy and I, right there at the top, just as you see there on the 30 day. So, you could look up get to the late in the card, and all of a sudden you see Mindy up there, and she's got a 9-3 going, and I'm right behind her. Got a 7-2, whatever it is. We're putting up the numbers, so why not? That's why we made the 2-for-1 capper promotion. So you get two hot cappers for the price of one and a half, basically. It's one of our best values over at Tony's Picks. I don't know. Can you use the 20% on that, Tony, or no?
I don't think so.
All right. We're already giving them a big enough discount. I get it. All right. I'm just a salesman here. That's why you have me on the show, Tony. I'm trying to sell my premium picks. All I can do are pick these winners and set up the packages and the services. All right. Discount. That's out of Tony's pocket. Okay. Let's make Tony go broke. Buy up those packages. Let's get some winners tonight at Tony's Picks. Great card. And, boy, it's going to be an exciting couple of weeks here. Well, for some teams are going home tonight.
Oh, we got a break-in report here. Patrick Kane will now be a Ranger. Patrick Kane to New York Rangers and 3-team deal.
Okay, I think that was definitely one of the, if not the main site that they were looking for, certainly for him to land at. So a little bit of news there. Also saw the news on talk about the injuries tonight. That's kind of what some of the information I'm waiting for. Information I'm not waiting for is on LeBron James, and I thought it was unfortunate some of the national talking heads talking about LeBron faking his injury. Whatever, guy. LeBron knows he needs to be out there a little bit. They've shored up their position, but I don't think LeBron wants to miss 2 weeks of action. That looks really bad right now for the Lakers if he's going to have to miss that action. Maybe they've gotten close enough to secure their spot in there. They'll need some wins moving forward. Good thing they got some of the acquisitions that they did, because all of a sudden it will be tough again for the Lakers. LeBron missing 2 key weeks right now heading into the latter stages of the season.
Yep, and of course the other news today was yesterday was Ball out for the year with that broken ankle.
Oh, it sucked.
Yeah, that was a bad one because they were showing some promise this Charlotte team, so that's a big loss there for them. All right, Ramon, it's always great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, Tony. Great job.
You got Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, are with you here on